chitty up, bow. Turn the front, chitty up, bow. Welcome back. I have my friend Charlie over here. He used to do karate, right? Currently, he's doing Taekwondo. He's going to help me out today to show you some practical applications of the kicks that I've taught you up to this point. So let's begin with a front kick. If you have an opponent who's pretty squared off and he has fighting stance up, the best application of a front kick is attacking the groin. That's the most practical and best application. Because once you attack the groin, like I said before, no matter how big they are, you're going to have at least several minutes of time to make your escape. So if they're squared off, you can attack the groin. You can actually even attack the upper body. You can attack the face. I've seen that done before. But instead of doing regular front kick with your toes down, you will bring your toes up and hit with the heel to the face. So you could do the front kick that way as well, especially if their guard is wide, which leaves the center line exposed. Now, what if they are not squared off? What if their stance is narrow? Then clearly the groin is out of the way, the hands are in the way for attacking, that prevents you from attacking the face. But if you're wearing boots, like a steel toe boots, you can actually attack the lower line as well. So you could attack the ankle, you could attack the knee, you could attack the shin, many different points along the lower line as well. So keep that in mind, because chances are outside you're not going to be fighting barefoot. The second kick that I taught you was the push kick. So in a squared off position against a squared off opponent, push kick is a very effective kick. Keep in mind that I want you to push above the belly button. This is the center line, the balance line. So anything above will more likely cause them to be off balance after the kick. If you kick right on the stomach, they're just gonna bend over, or they just might move back like that. But if you kick above the stomach, you can get them off balanced quite well. Another thing about the push kick that I didn't tell you before was standard way to do push kick is with your toes up. But I want you to think of this. If you're fighting a squared opponent, that's perfectly fine. But what if you're fighting an opponent who has a narrow stance like that? A push kick with toes up, very easy to miss, and then you slide off, and then you're in big problem. So to do that, you want to modify your push kick. Just like in a fighting stance, your toes facing around 35-degree angle, all you need to do is just lift it up and push. So it's kind of like a side push kick with your toes pointing towards one of the corners. So it increases the surface area that you're working with off your foot that contacts on the target, and increases your chances of success by doing the push kick. Now, you can also do push kick defensively. So for example, he's throwing a rear leg roundhouse kick. You can push kick at his hip. Once again, the roundhouse kick, push his hip, and you can stop his kick from coming in. You could also do the same thing, roundhouse kick, push the other thigh, and cause them to be off balanced. So there are many uses of push kick. You can do the push kick above the belly button, on the upper body. You can do the push kick on the lower body. You can control their hip with a push kick, and you can defend against the incoming attacks as well. The third kick that I taught you was an axe kick. Now, axe kick has limited use, but for example, in a tournament position, even if they dodge the axe kick by leaning back, you can still hit their chest and either unbalance them or at the very least score a point. But the best way to do the axe kick is by setting it up with another kick. For example, if they're squared off and you throw a front kick aimed at their groin, what they're going to do is bend over. After they bend over, boom! Axe kick is in a perfect position to hit their head with or their back with their spine. It's a very dangerous kick to execute. So those were some of the practical applications that you can use with the 3 kicks that you already learned. So experiment with them, find yourself a training partner, see if you can do some drills where you're defending using your push kick against their incoming attacks, where you're doing, try to feel the push kick as you throw it at their center line. Make sure to turn your toes and make it more practical if you're fighting someone on a narrow stance, and all the other points that I went over with you before. So let's end the mini lesson. Chitty up, bow. Chitty up, bow.